Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the Smokin Lariat podcast. I am your host, Tenacious Nick, here with Smokin Shane, and I think we're doing some fantasy booking today, buddy.
Most wonderful time of the year, my friend. It's Royal Rumble season.
All right, Royal Rumble season, one of the best pay-per-views for WWE, I say. Up there
The
with
best pay.
WrestleMania.
Frankly, I will take the Royal Rumble over WrestleMania. I will take the Royal Rumble over any card, and I will take the Royal Rumble match over any match step, except maybe TLC.
Okay,
Maybe. But
I can respect that. Yeah,
but the
Royal Rumble.
Rumble is, if I watched one show a year, it will Rumble. Like, period.
Yeah, no doubt. It's it always feels like one of those it is the most unpredictable match because it's 30 men, it's a 30-man free for all, and you never know what's going to happen.
I mean, this year,
This year's kind of seems a little predictable, but when you got 16 people in there at one time and you don't know what's going on, and you're just trying to keep up, it makes for a fun time.
it does. And you get combinations of guys that you'd never get anywhere else. And that makes it a hell of a lot of fun.
Like
There's things
like
that you never expect.
there was a little last year. It was Chad Gable and Dolph Ziggler. They were in the ring, and I don't know what everyone else was doing around them, but they were just literally actually wrestling like
Oh,
collegiate
yeah,
style
no.
wrestling. It was fun as fuck to watch. It's those
Oh,
little
yeah, no,
type of things.
that's one of the things that people don't realize is like Dolph was a collegiate All American wrestler.
Kent State, baby.
Cleveland's own, right?
Yeah, he's from Cleveland.
Okay. Was pretty sure I just didn't want to say that because when I said that once about MGK, I swear to God, you almost kicked me out of a moving vehicle.
If you want to consider him a real Clevelander, so be it. Half the city does. I don't care at this point. But anywho,
We have officially won the war, everyone.
anywho, today we will be breaking down both the men's and women's Royal Rumbles. We're not doing all 30 picks because that's going to take too much time, and we got a lot we want to talk about. So, how we're going to do
Bro,
this?
don't lie, dude. Don't lie to the people. I'm just too effing lazy, y'all.
He
Like
is.
straight up, I'm just too effing lazy.
He doesn't watch the product. I'm kidding.
Enough.
He tries. He tries to watch the
I,
product.
I keep up daily with content, but do I watch everything? No. At the end of this, do I have 3 matches that Nick has told me that I have to watch that have happened in the last 2 weeks? Yes. Is
Yeah,
it late as hell at night? Yes. Am I going to do it anyway? Yes.
he's got a lot of homework to do, folks. We're gonna keep him caught up. Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is Saturday, January 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Coast time on Peacock. If you this is I don't know why I just plugged him, but yeah, there, give me my money. So
If
how
you're
we're
if you're in the US, if you're out of the US, I believe it's still on the WWE network
yes,
and
correct.
it's still considered a pay-per-view.
If you want to go that far, yes. So for the premium live event / pay-per-view, we are go- we are going to do how we're going to do this is simple. I want the winner. I want your top the final. I want the final four. Final two is always it's always predictable. Sometimes I feel sometimes like a lot of times it's not. I want to do the final four because it
Hey
leaves a
man,
lot
hey
to
man,
the
we
imagination.
we know where my we've talked about this a little bit. You know where my match goes. I've got a good final four into a final two into a finish. I got
Yes,
you covered.
I believe you. I definitely believe you. So final four. Who comes in at number one? Who comes in at number 30? and any and all surprise entries that you can think of.
All right.
So,
should we start at the very beginning? Number one?
yes, let's start at number one. Shane, who do you
All right,
have
you
coming
want me
in
to
number one?
So I've got my entire match is a chronology over the entire match is a bloodline storyline. So I got either Sammy or Solo coming in at number one. Not the tags, definitely not Roman, but I've got one of them coming in at number one to stabilize, like to start things off super well. I initially said Sammy when we were talking about this, but I really do feel like Solo, for the storyline that I'm thinking that will progress through, I really feel like Solo coming in at number one fits better with the way that everything else would play out in my head, the way that I see it.
Yeah, I believe you. I definitely believe you.
So I got Solo at one.
Okay. So for me, I think you know very well.
All right, plug in my ears.
In my soul, something, Cody Rhodes, purple titties, winning the Royal Rumble. It was so bad, I know, but I have Cody. I have Cody winning, or not Cody. I got Cody coming in at number one. Cody coming in at number one.
I kind of think you gave up the surprise, my friend.
I did give up the surprise. Is it a surprise though? If we think it's the most obvious.
No, it's. No, I do think it's the most obvious pick.
We will get to that in a second, though. But I think Cody will be coming in at number one. I think he will be coming back. Well, they should have fucking just saved his reveal for.
If they would have had him come out as one and not said, "Hey, Cody's coming back at the Rumble," fuck yes, he should have been one. But the moment that they were like, he's coming back, otherwise, that's when I'm like, kind of ruined it.
Yeah, you ruined the big surprise. It's like
you literally could have done WrestleMania again. It would have been the same type of pop. It's the same type of building.
He might get that. He might get that. That 2002 Triple H at Madison Square Garden pop when he comes back for Raw 30 Monday. He might get that kind of pop because he's been gone for a while.
Yeah, people don't realize how long he's been gone.
And the Fed can only do so much. They don't have all the other podcasters are going to beat this to death, but I agree with them for a majority. They have no other baby faces.
No, they really don't.
Not they have. Don't get me wrong. They have great babyface stars. They don't have a top guy that can, like a top draw like Roman. The only one that's comparable is Cody.
Yeah, they don't have a Cena or a Hogan or, for his time, Steve Austin, but it's the same principle.
Yeah,
exactly. You don't have the baby face right now. It just doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's why they need Cody back.
The best option of everyone healthy is suspended right now for a drug problem, but you can't push him. Oh no! I heard it was.
I believe it, but continue.
Like, would I consider him like a Jeff Hardy type problem? No. As much as I love Jeff, would I go there? No, but like that's what he's on the shelf for right now. But the reason why you can't push him is because of the RK Bro 420 just says I just smoked your ass. Like, you can't have that. That's not okay in American culture, and you sure as shit can't have that as your top baby face over in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure that's definitely it is a lot to think of from a PR perspective.
Exactly, and strictly from a PR perspective. He could do it as a wrestler. He has the character personality. It's not hard, and his chant is the easiest thing in the frickin' world.
That's true. So we did number 1. Let's do number 30.
Okay. You get to give this one first because I really like your answer.
Seth fucking Rollins. Not freaking fucking Rollins. I have Seth coming in at number 30.
Okay.
I think my idea is that Cody coming in at number 1, he's the Iron Man. He goes to 60 minutes. He's in there from the very beginning all the way down to, which would be the next my next question, the final 4. My, not to jump the gun, but he will be in that. So I think Cody will be pulling the Iron Man, and I don't think Cody will be. Cody's just going to be expecting Rollins at some time in the match. I don't think he's going to expect Rollins at 30, unless it's too well. I wouldn't say that because then it's like it's number 30. You already know, but they have a lot of history, storyline wise.
That they do. They do.
I could also see, to go along how your story goes, if things play out. I could see Seth throwing out Cody as well and completely messing up my final 4.
Okay. I see how that plays into mine. So my 30, so I'll kind of work the way that I'm talking about the same way as you. So my 30 is Dwayne the Boulder Johnson. That's who I've got coming in at number 30. I've got him 30 for a big pop.
You smell that? You smell something cooking?
Yeah, it's Black Adam cooking on them Rotten Tomato scores.
But okay. So you don't think Rock is gonna not gonna come back for Raw? You think they're gonna save it for Royal Rumble?
I honestly could see him dropping a promo saying, "I've got to go to Hollywood. I'll see if I can maybe be there at Raw 30. I got to go to Hollywood. I might be able to make an appearance at Mania, but there's no way I'm wrestling Roman." And then walks out at 30. Because my final 4, I have Sami Zayn and Jey Uso standing there. I got the 2 of them and probably Cody, to be perfectly honest with you. My 4th is kind of in flux, but I could super easily see it being Cody or Seth if what you just said plays out, and then Seth's there, and they're waiting for 30. And then the Rock's music hits, and you just are like,
What?
everyone's just like, exactly, just like frozen. Michael Cole's going insane on the mic. Just utter shock. Rock comes in, and then here's how my final 4 plays out. Rock's comes in, runs wild, go over the rope, goes Rhodes, he goes to hit Jay. He stops for a second. Jay is just standing there completely frozen. He goes over the rope. Sammy wakes up and reverses it, tosses Rock over the rope, making his full dedication to Roman, going towards Mania.
Nice.
And then your storyline running into Mania is you've got Rock going after Sammy's title shot while KO tries to roll Sammy over. and all of this going along for the Universal / WWE title as that's happening.
Which will all lead to the culmination of...
hopefully a belt split.
Yes, but I was also going to say Rock versus Roman.
Yes, because that is what
That's the money match.
That is the money match. They've been building up for fucking 4 years that they've been working this shit. Since they were in that stupid ass movie together.
Not even the movie, since they had freaking Roman beat Taker.
Yeah. That's basically when they started it. So like
my final four, I got, it kind of plays into your story, in your theme, kind of goes into mine as well. I got Jey Uso, I got Sammy, I have Cody, like I said earlier, and I have Seth. And I could see how I see it happening is the Bloodline team up, and Cody and Seth team up, like a friend of my friend, enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of deal for a second, and a brawling breaks out middle of the ring. Shit start. Some of it goes. I think it breaks off between Cody and Jay go one way, Seth and
Sammy
go the other way. So Cody's about to eliminate Jay. Sammy goes running over to Cody to try to prevent eliminating Jay. Accidentally hits Jay, causing Jay to get eliminated.
Oh, okay.
Sammy's in shock. Sammy didn't know what is trying to figure out what to do. Then you get Seth Rollins. He fucking just beams him and then just throws him out. So then your final two will be Seth Rollins and fucking Cody Rhodes.
Okay, I like it.
And this is where I can have it go either way. But I know the obvious choice is Cody. But Seth Rollins has been begging for a main event at Mania.
Seth Rollins is the most consistent WWE wrestler there is. Roman Reigns is a main eventer, yes, but Seth Rollins is a better wrestler.
And you know what? I can see Seth Rollins walking if he doesn't get that main event shot soon enough. Because he deserves it. He deserves it. It's just going to be like CM Punk again. Most consistent wrestler. And yet isn't earned a fucking main event slot at fucking WrestleMania?
He's done it twice.
Give it to him this year. He's worked his fucking ass off.
So what? You've got... Ooh, that would be interesting.
My final two would be Cody versus Seth, and then Seth finally getting one over Cody.
Well, here you
go. That would be cool. Either that or Cody just pulls it off and does finally on the way to his Destiny Day.
That would be a nice way to be able to split the belts and to further their feud. Is like earlier we were talking, and I mentioned how Cody, a good way to split the belt would be if Cody wants to go after. He's talked before about wanting to bring back the winged eagle, right?
Yes.
That's
yeah.
He's talked about wanting to bring back the winged eagle or something of the like. What he did with the IC belt and bringing back the white strap. So, what if that's what he did? Like he called out Roman and he's like, I don't care about this stupid Universal bullshit ass belt. Keep your jelly. I want the real thing. I want the thing that's been fought over for. I want the thing that my father never got. That's what I want. You
Yeah.
can keep the other one. I don't give a crap. Seth can take that one for all I care. Seth can be the face of this thing. I could not give a rat.
Yeah.
I want the thing that my dad spent his entire life running for and never was able to get. That's the one I want.
Beautiful. Well said. Well fucking said.
I
That'd
really
be
hope that they do
amazing.
that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if that's how it goes. All right, so before we move on, surprise entries in the Rumble. So you said The Rock.
Yeah, I said the Rock. I got RK Bro having a return tag team moment and maybe a Randy heel turn. I pray not. I just want them to go back to being RK Bro.
I want
I
the Riddle
want
heel turn.
I do too. I don't think it's going to happen. That's why I said I think a Randy heel turn, but I would much rather see Matt Riddle turn. I would much rather see Matt Riddle turn.
All right.
I would love he does with a more. I would love to see him leaning into that more violent, unhinged MMA thing that they had going for a little bit with the him and Rollins feud. It was really, really cool.
Oh yeah, it's that a lot. It was refreshing.
I've got him. If I say I've got Bo Dallas returning. How about that?
That would be dope. I think Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy, but
That's my point, and that's my point. He doesn't know.
Ooh.
Bray knows, but Bo doesn't.
Okay.
That's me fantasy booking out my ass. There's no way they're giving that to us. It's a beautiful concept, but there's no way in hell they're giving that to us.
You're getting Vince McMahon and liking it.
Oh God! For the record, I'm really not going to be shocked if he does. Actually, no. I know who's going to win. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is coming down to the ring at number 30, knocking everyone out, including the Big Show and the Undertaker, who have come back.
How
He's
can
going to knock them out with one hand. I don't care because he's going to give him $1 billion to leave AEW for one night.
But how can they get him over the rope? He's so big.
With one finger, because he is the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. And he lifts millions of dollars instead of weights every morning because he just can throw it away. Okay, I've left that one there. No, but actually, there's going to be a couple of Attitude Era pops. There has to be, especially with Raw 30 being right when it is.
Yeah. Definitely.
I would not be surprised if we got an X-Pac return.
Road
Dogg still with the company. I would not be surprised.
I think Road Dogg could work. I don't think his body's there anymore.
No, but he could do like the walk-in comedy spot at like number 9 or some shit like that.
He ain't no daddy ass.
Yeah, no, he ain't no dad. Sorry.
I got whoa. You know it.
I would love
at number 3, no less. I got him at number 3 coming in.
Oh man, I would love it. Frankly, I would love it if Matt Cardona walked through the gate.
Oh, that would be cool.
Not Zack Ryder. I'd love it if Matt Cardona. Because he still identifies with that Zack Ryder persona. But that was what I was. Now I'm grizzled and beat the hell.
He recently filed for trademark for Zack Ryder, so we'll see if WWE gives it to him or not. But yeah, that'd be great. I don't even care if it's a one-off. I know he said he wanted to like just if he's returning, he'd return for a one. Excuse me, apologies. But yes, I would love to just see Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, in the Rumble when Cody's also in the Rumble.
That is true. That would be a lot of fun. So why not him at 2? Who do you have at 2?
I don't fucking know. Probably the Miz or something.
Giant huevos.
Freaking give it to R-Truth.
Oh my god. I just saw the R-Truth pulling up a ladder and asking.
Oh my god, that spot
bit.
is so fucking funny.
I swear, people don't give that man enough credit.
Where's the briefcase?
That man has such good comedic timing. The moppy, when they gave him, I wish to God they would have let that brief main event push that they gave him when he was unhinged.
Yes.
That was so good. So good.
We're now going to move on to the Women's Rumble. And
I'm going to sit back for 10 minutes while you talk.
This is when I need to remind people that Shane hasn't watched the product that much, but we're going to work.
The problem is when I do watch the product, I can't get into the women's match. They're not fluid. Maybe I was spoiled by the NXT 4 Horsewoman era, but I just can't get into the stuff. Unfortunately,
it's alright. It's like it's all preference at the end of the day. We're not here to discredit.
Oh, by no means. By no means.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just all perspective and opinion. So, for who I have winning the Women's Royal Rumble, it shouldn't be hard. It's going to be Rhea Ripley. They've been building her as this monster heel, leading Judgment Day. She is the leader. I don't care about.
She is, but that was not their intention. That was not their plan nor intention.
I don't even know who was it. Archer that's the original leader, or
Balor.
Balor was the leader.
It was Edge, and then Balor dethroned Edge.
Oh yeah, they fucking Bullet Clubbed him.
Yes, they Bullet Clubbed him.
No, it's all coming back now. So
yeah, but Rhea's the leader. Rhea's the leader because of internet marks making jokes about
mommy.
Exactly, and that turning into them playing off of it, and then that being the biggest thing. So that gave her more control of the scenes, which inevitably created a dynamic where she has the control. At least that's from what I've gathered. Yeah, that too.
So it's either Rhea or for my, this is basically like 3 answers in one. I think it's going to be the surprise entrant at number 30, Naomi. I think she comes back. I have Naomi coming back. I think her and Hunter ended up getting back on good terms. I think they're going to push her. They're going to treat her seriously, and I think they're going to inject her into that the bloodline storyline.
Yeah, that is. I do have a few things for the Women's Rumble that I could see, but like I've got a few returns and things like that. But like, who's opening? Like, who's going to be the Iron Man? Actually, Liv said she is going to be first. I would not be surprised if they let her Iron Man if she went like a good half hour, 45 minutes in that match.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I can whoever's number 2, I can see them if Liv gets eliminated early, I can see whoever's number 2 ending up being Iron Woman. It could be
See,
Bailey.
I have, if Liv gets eliminated early, I have her going completely unhinged, going under the ring, grabbing shit and clearing the ring and eliminating everyone else and just being completely unhinged. If she gets eliminated early, I have her going full psycho.
Okay.
But the one that I really have is I have Alexa going full heel turn. I have Alexa Bliss going full heel turn.
She's she has the championship match against Bianca Belair. So you're gonna have like she's already like I get what you mean. Like you have her like completely spooky gimmick back, like completely
Not that stupid bullshit that was on top of the box where she was like bleeding
not with the
black
doll and all that either. Like right before the build up to Mania, where they lit right when they lit Randy Orton on fire. How is that a real sentence? I don't know. It is, but that's the love of professional wrestling. Anything can happen.
So yeah, that like full on. I would love to see full on deranged and full on psychotic in the same division at the same time, because that is a hardcore match waiting to happen.
Yes, definitely. So,
but honestly, I would not even be surprised if Alexa showed, depending on how the Bianca match goes. Like, well, there's two for you. Either if the Bianca match is quick, then Alexa actually comes and enters the Rumble, or Alexa turns and Bianca loses the belt.
I can see them opening the pay-per-view with the women's match.
They do like to open the pay-per-view with the Rumble, with one of them, and it's usually the women's.
Yes. Okay. You are right. That's the one year when they did the men's first. I don't think I think I tuned out after the men. No
yeah,
offense.
that's probably why they haven't done it since.
So, my final 4. This is if things go right. Oh, that's who my fucking number 2. Gonna be Rhea, Naomi, Bailey, and Raquel Gonzalez.
Okay.
So I think she comes in at number 2, and I think if Liv doesn't end up being the Iron Woman, it's gonna be her. Either that or she gets the most eliminations.
I could see both, to be honest.
Yeah, they need.
I'd love to see a baby her go up against Rhea down the line.
If they position her, if Raquel right, they can do that. She can.
Exactly, she has it in her.
Yes, her NXT run was great.
Exactly. Why I say that, it's not because I'm a scout and I know what I'm talking about. It's because I've seen it before.
I know.
I know you know, but we're sending this out to an audience. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't. I know this is only episode 2, but I'm already prefacing internet trolls because I'm scared.
Be very afraid.
Be very afraid of wrestling Twitter. Be very afraid.
My surprise entries, I got Naomi. I got the Bella twins. I feel like that's always a shoe-in.
Yeah, and Nikki's on a new show on USA, so that's a good way to plug that.
Yep, and then Lita.
Yeah, that was one that I had too. I will say I would honestly not be surprised. Actually, if Hunter's still in charge, you might get a Daniel Bryan shout out during the Women's Rumble match.
I could see that. Just a brief, like hello or
Yeah,
something.
when Bree comes in, they can't mention. Yeah, her husband once choked out Justin Roberts with a tie, and it got him fired.
That's always fun. That's always fun to look back at.
Be super violent, rip everything apart, take no prisoners. Not that.
Nope. Oh, you can't do that. Why'd you do that? You're fired.
You do
All right.
such a good Vince.
I try, man. I try. So last week we were at AEW Dynamite and Rampage at the
Yes,
fabulous Kia Forum.
it is a really nice venue. It really is.
It's a classic venue. I always appreciate going there. I've been there a few times for concerts, but it was my second time going with you to AEW to at the forum, and it was a blast. I think I had a good time. Pretty sure I think you did. I think you did have a good
Oh, it
time.
was a great show. It was a great show.
So we're doing this review. We're not breaking down like match by match review here, really quick, because Dynamite. We're already on the next week of Dynamite. That yesterday's episode already passed. We're recording this January 19th, so the January 18th episode already passed. But we just wanted to give you our review of attending the live show. So if you're on the fence of wanting to go to a show in your town,
Jump over the fence. Don't question. If AEW is anywhere close to you and you've got the opportunity, go. These guys, especially the first time they're in a neighborhood, or if they're not coming somewhere often, like they don't come out to the West Coast often.
no,
Every time they're out here, they put on a freaking show, man. Like they put on a show, and then they send out their guys to all the local indies in the area too to do little bits and pieces while they're out there. Like it's awesome, and it's a harder core fan base. It's like a harder core crowd fan base, so people understand more of the insides and outs, and it's going to a local wrestling show, but on a massive scale. It really feels like going to an indie show, but on a big scale. Not I'm going to a WWE production.
exactly. It doesn't feel overproduced. It's the spots everything's a little more faster paced. But then but the thing I like is there's so many different styles of wrestling you get. You get your strong style. You get your hardcore brawling type matches. You get your technical masterpieces. You get your tag team spot fest matches. It's just you get it all. You can get it all in one show. And when we got there a little, I want to say right when gates opened, a little after when gates opened. Well, what they were doing, they did Dark Elevation first. They did Dynamite, which was live. They did one match in between in between Dynamite and Rampage, and then they filmed Rampage. So the Elevation usually lasts about an hour. So if you want to like check out the venue and look around, maybe get some merch, that's you could do that. But they usually have some decent matches on Elevation as well. We had Brian Cage versus Willie Mack, and they're actually going to run that back tomorrow on Rampage. We also had Dark Order against Zach Clayton, Ari Daivari, and some random. I can't remember his name, but that
I will say the Willie Mack moment. None of us were expecting it, and when we heard Willie Mack's, that boy got a pop.
you got
Willie
that big
Mack got one
hometown pop.
hell of a pop.
Oh yeah.
He deserves it. We've both seen them run it before that show, and
They
in
can
the
put in
words
work.
of Big E, two big manly men slapping meat.
Two big meat men slapping meat. It's like it
Exactly.
was a great time. And it's just big boys doing lucha shit. Like, what more can you want?
Can I get a three Keith involved? That's all I want.
That's all you want is Keith Lee and
Oh my god, the three of them together in one match.
I think that ring would survive. So we cut. Maybe we are going to do a full breakdown of the episode, but I don't know. We're playing this. We're playing it as we go here, folks. So the first match.
We've kind of given our overview. So let's go with what was your favorite match on the card
Yeah,
and what was your favorite moment on the card, just so we can save people time and save ourselves an hour.
yeah, that's a good idea. So, what was your favorite moment?
I asked you.
Oh, my apologies. I thought you were just trying to clarify what we were doing. My favorite moment, I would say, would be when the ending to the Escalera de la Muerte. So when Kenny hit the one-winged angel on the off the ladder on Ray Phoenix,
Off the ladder bridge, yeah.
just fucking insane. Like I've heard reports that it's like the worst move to take. Like Chris Jericho
Yeah.
said it was like I would never take that move again. So just to see someone take an avalanche one like off a fucking ladder bridge.
It was gnarly. I'm going to be honest, though. I was disappointed with that match.
I know why.
But I feel if they would have just something ran long.
It
Something
was the
had to have ran long.
JAS. It had to be the JAS bit. The JAS bit ran a little too long. They announced the match. If you go back and watch our episode of Dynamite, they announced Jake Hager versus Ricky Starks before they did the fucking promo. So why would you have them come out to build up for that match if you already fucking announced the match? Like you could have done like a little backstage segment.
It cost us 10 minutes. It cost us 10 minutes of time. That was 10 minutes that they needed to give that match a little bit of breathing room. Because if I'm being completely honest, I don't remember anything from that match except for that avalanche one-winged angel and the finish. Because it was so crammed together. I remember it being an absolute insane, beautiful spot fest, but I can't remember anything that happened except for that final spot.
It was a beautiful car wreck. It was like they were short on time, so they had to, instead of going it from 8 to 10, they cranked it all the way up to to an 11 at the very beginning, and it was just nonstop fucking action. Ladies and gentlemen, you ever get a fucking Young Bucks and Kenny Omega versus Death Triangle match as your fucking main event, you will not be fucking disappointed.
That's the truth.
Except if you're Shane and you want the moment to breathe a little bit, but that I can understand also. Like it did need 5-10 more minutes.
I was not just. That's all I'm saying is I needed more room for it to breathe, so things felt more impactful, and it didn't just. I swear to God, I sound like Cornette. It was just a spot fest. It was a beautiful car crash of a spot fest. But for match 7 in a 7-match series between the two biggest, most intense, high flying trios in the world, like trio factions in the world,
Yeah.
It needed more than 13 minutes. And I said this to you before the match even happened. I looked at my watch as the um
Bell rang.
as the Young Bucks started coming, as Carry On My Wayward Son hit, I looked at my watch and went, there's 17 minutes until the show's over. And we still haven't gotten through entrances.
Yeah.
There's not enough time. We were talking how they were going to go over 5-10 minutes.
I thought they would get the extra time. They even, if you go back and watch our broadcast, they're hyping that extra time like they always do. But I legit thought they were going to go over, but nope.
Yeah, so that's my opinion on that. My favorite moment wasn't a spot.
I know what it is.
For me, and that's since the first moment I saw it, exactly. It's exactly what it is. From the first moment I ever saw him in a match, I said, I want to be a part of that.
Adam Cole,
and we
baby!
got a shock return. Oh my God. I've never been more hype. And that includes when fucking, oh my God, I can't remember his name. No, not Kushida. Fucking,
Tanahashi?
yes, thank you.
When
And that
he
includes
came
when
up-
Tanahashi walked out. Because the first show here in LA was the show that was the start of the promotion for Forbidden Door.
We almost got CM Punk versus Tanahashi, folks. We almost did, but we got a better match in the end.
Yeah, including 25 other injuries.
Oh, that pay-per-view was so cursed. But
Best sign at that show was "Get well soon," and it just had everyone's name written on it.
we haven't seen Adam Cole since that pay-per-view, and to get that monstrous of an ovation and probably
And
the
then
loudest boom and Adam Cole baby you'll ever freaking hear.
It rang, folks. It fucking rang. Like for real. It was amazing.
Yeah, I was not expecting Adam Cole to return at all. I thought he would be on the shelf for a while. I was worried. I'm very glad that he is better.
Oh yeah, no. He made us if anyone is like, I didn't fall for it, like I knew he was back all along. Bullshit during that promo. Bullshit. You're full of it.
He had the crowd in the palm of his hand. He had
And
you in the palm of his hand. He had you on the edge of your seat, just like he had me. And he thought he almost worked us. We thought he was doing a retirement speech, but no.
I swear, man. He had me. I bit so hard. I was so ready. To just go, oh, you're kidding me. I was so ready for it. He had like the same look. He put the same look on his face that Edge did. I want to know how many times he watched that Edge speech before he came out. I swear to God.
He had to have watched it a few times. He had to get the act.
Because I swear that's what it was. I swear to God. Because I've gone back and I've rewatched the episode.
Yeah.
I will say, you can actually hear me during MJF's promo at one point yelling out.
Oh, last week's?
Yeah.
I gotta play that.
At one point you can hear me you can kind of hear me. He goes, he says something, or you need to speak. You really need to speak American, and you just see me calling out and saying, "That's not a real language."
Nice.
So Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and it definitely the best. I'll say I'll say the Adam Cole, the first wrestling show I ever went to, and WrestleMania 24. Those are like my three moments. I can genuinely say, like that was, oh my god. Honestly, I remember. It's funny because I remember the Willie Mack match. I remember the hardcore match at the end of Rampage, and I remember the Danielson match. Those are like the ones that stuck with me. But like the main event, all I got's that one spot.
So, your favorite match of the night? What was it?
Oh,
Was it
gotta be
Danielson Takeshita?
yes, Danielson Takeshita. That was that was beautiful. Ah,
I'm gonna. If you're gonna go with that, I'll go opposite.
okay, you're gonna go with the other one.
I'll go Mox and Hangman.
Okay, fine. As long as you're going to do it, because as you can tell, I'm on the fence.
Because that was a
That
great
match did
fight.
that exact. Okay, so one was a great match. I picked a great match. You picked a better fight, and it progressed, and it had so much more story progression because no matter what Adam Page does, that man can progress a story with his facials and in-ring storytelling, like non-fighting storytelling, like nobody's business. I think he's best in the world, at least top three without a question in terms of in-ring non-combat storytelling.
Yes,
Like
he's up
how he
there.
holds himself, how he's facial expressions, all that. I'd put him top. You want to give, if you want to keep bringing names in because you always can. He's not getting any lower than top five for me.
Oh, I agree with you. The way he carries his facial expressions is just so expressive.
With
It
so
it
little
just
expression.
yeah, it just builds the story even more. And there's so much story to tell with that match too. So they did the worked concussion angle with Mox, and
I can
if
hate
you
work concussion angles though.
I know, but it makes sense with this story because
Yes, it does.
if you go back to a few months when they had that title match on Dynamite, Mox and Hangman. Mox hit Hangman with that King Kong Lariat, concussed him, legit, not shoot. They had to Gertie him out. It was miracle. It was all right, fine now. Um, but he was concussed bad, and the way they did this perfectly because not only did it put Hangman over by saying he could be just as tough as fucking Mox, it's got Hangman confronting himself with what he did,
What he done did done.
done did it, do. Um, but it has Hangman trying to confront himself with that. You got last week or yesterday on Dynamite, him having the interview with Renee and just him actually like just feeling bad for what he did. Like he's just trying to like ask if Mox is all right. Renee's just like awkwardly like annoying, like trying to answer it, but like still trying to do the interview. And you just got Hangman trying to deal with what he's done and that not trying to accept that and not trying to mend some fences that were quote unquote broke. There's a lot of story to tell from that one match.
There is. There definitely is. I just, from a pure rest standpoint, I feel the Danielson one is better, but that's because I don't feel Mox is not a pure wrestler. Like
He can be
Mox
if he
hang
wants to, but he's more of a
Yep,
brawler.
but exactly. Did both of the brawlers. That was a fight. That was a storytelling fight. Whereas the story in the Danielson thing is he's just got to overcome all of these insane technical guys to get to that one match.
And boy, what a fucking match it was.
It was one hell of a match. I swear.
The freaking shit. What was that? It was a freaking. He suplexed him for. No, it wasn't a suplex. Was it a suplex?
Yes, it was a
It was a suplex. Went for a 2 count, and they did it again, and went for another 2 count.
Yes. Yeah, he hit him with 3 bridging suplexes without release.
It was crazy. Kid's
It
phenomenal.
was, and then you look at Dan, you're like, you're absolutely insane.
So, with that match, that will lead into our next topic. We are going to discuss 5 potential breakout stars for the year.
And we've talked about this a little bit before, and so our lists are fairly similar. But we've got a couple that slightly differ.
Yes, slightly differ. I'll have you go first.
So my big one, my big one, is Bandito. I think he comes in and 3 to 6 months, he's already got either the TNT or the All Atlantic.
Okay.
I think he walks in one on him, and they basically, if you're going to have a cruiserweight division, which is essentially what I look at the TNT title is for now, pick one of those 2 belts, turn it into your pseudo cruiserweight division, put it on Bandito, and let him ride.
I would say put the All Atlantic title on him, and then just have it like how Pac did when he first have it be a traveling championship. And Bandito he likes wrestling on the indies and stuff. I could see them letting Bandito go into other promotions to defend the title there, like they did with Pac.
Yeah, that would work. There you go. You're helping me with my argument. He's gonna get something because he is too good. He is too fast. He is too entertaining.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
So
just another reminder for your homework to watch that match with Brian
I know
Danielson.
it's getting a little bit later and a little bit a silent time. So I'm gonna watch Bandito Danielson, and I'll watch the dog collar match tomorrow.
Yeah, don't stress yourself. We're already on an hour here. I don't want you freaking pushing yourself to the point where you can't freaking work tomorrow because you're sleep deprived. So
No, I will be fine, my friend. Don't you worry. I just don't want to. Honestly, I don't want to watch the blood of a dog collar match before bed. That's all it is.
each their own. I got you. So for my big breakout, I think it's gonna be Kanosuke Takeshita. I think he's gonna get his big win on Dynamite very soon. I think it will be against Chris Jericho. Because Chris Jericho likes to put over the young talent.
That he does. And he's pushing that half gimmick of losing a lot in a row.
He lost to Action Andrade. He lost to Ricky. I can see him losing to Kanosuke Takeshita. I also got Top Flight.
Me too.
I think after their big win yesterday, I think they are going to be in line for the tag titles. I think the Gun Club actually is going to take the titles off the Acclaimed. I think the Gun Club is going to be transitional champions to Top Flight. and I think FTR is going to take some time off.
Well, yeah, FTR has said they're taking some real time off, and then when they come back, it's probably going to be their final run.
I think they might be jumping ship.
After they take some time off, maybe, but they're genuinely definitely taking some time off.
Yeah, they deserve it too.
Yeah, personal opinion.
I also have Willow Nightingale.
I will say, just on Top Flight, like, it makes sense. AEW needs tag teams. All their great tag teams are moving into the trios division because they were all part of mini factions.
Yeah.
So now you've got to create a whole new group of tag teams. And the entire tag team division right now basically looks like a bunch of cruiserweights. So might as well have the team that is high flyers, that calls themselves high flyers, lead that division, especially when they're young guys with a lot of potential.
Yeah, definitely. So I also have I jumped the gun, but I have Willow Nightingale. I think she's improving a bit. I think I wasn't, that table spot was a little but shit happens.
She went for it, like, to her credit, and like, I've only seen her wrestle once. That's the only match I've ever seen her wrestle, and I was like, I've heard the hype, because it's like I said, even though I don't watch the product religiously or semi-religiously, even, like, I keep up on the day-to-day, so I know what's going on, and like, I've heard the hype. I saw her in a match. It was a hardcore match, and I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
Like, Ruby Soho was her teammate, and she kept up with Ruby Soho in a hardcore match. And like, I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed. There were a couple botches, like you just mentioned, that table spot, but like, she showed the fuck up.
Yeah, she did. She
So really did. Yeah, no. So I would not be surprised, especially because that women's division needs a new person at the top to help at the top of it, considering Thunder Rosa's gone.
Yeah, I don't believe Thunder Rosa will be coming back, unfortunately.
And they don't have many faces, considering they finally leaned into Soraya's failed attempt at being a face.
They turned Tony heel too. Freaking
Tony's gonna end up between her. It's just gonna happen.
That's fine. That works for her. That really works for her. And it's I think Tony will play that role fine. I like the story that they're going with the homegrown talent, or the new, like, Saraya and Tony are fed up with the homegrown talent, like they're not listening.
Right. No, it's fun how they're building this homegrown versus brought in from somewhere else. Faction warfare.
This should lead into Blood and Guts.
The first ever women's Blood and Guts match. That would, yes.
So you get Saraya, Tony Storm. No.
Better. The first ever women's exploding barbed wire death match.
Oh God, no, not that.
I want to see that pyro work, damn it.
We're never going to. I would love to see them do it again. I would love to, because that match was phenomenal. I was so hyped up for that match. I remember I cooked myself a nice steak dinner, got myself some beer. I was hyped for that match. And then that fucking ending happened, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna fucking hear about this for the next fucking month.
Exactly. So do it over so you have a good rendition of the match, and then you can keep going. One botch does not kill everything.
I know.
Unless it's Titus World Slide.
So, another breakout performer, I believe, who is finally going to get their main roster call up.
You got him
Braun
too?
Breaker. Yep.
He deserves his call up. He's ready for the call up. He's done everything he can in NXT. When he gets to the main roster, they're gonna strap the rocket to him because he's a 90 muscle buster, but is able to speak in the way that modern wrestlers are. He's phenomenal.
He sounds
The
like
only
a Steiner. He sounds like Scott Steiner.
exactly only he sounds like he can actually do math.
The numbers don't lie. Dude. Like no joke, that promo's actually mathematically correct.
Wait, actually? Oh Christ! I didn't know that. Oh,
He's a smart man, dude.
sounds like a
Tyler, if
bunch
you
of
hear
mumbo.
me.
Sounds like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo to me. Okay, fine. Then Braun Breaker sounds less like mumbo jumbo when he's doing math. Better way to describe it?
Yeah.
The problem is right now, if you bring him up and you quote unquote strap him to the moon, where do you go? Do you take him after Gunther, who he's already beaten down at NXT while Gunther's on his super monster run of dominance with his Nazi cohorts? Like,
They're not really Nazis.
No, they're not really Nazis. They're just
funny, though.
there's just Austrian imperialists who are obsessed with rules and order and follow their leader even when he punishes them for no reason.
Gunther.
But he's not, remember, he's an Austrian leader who runs that type of outfit. But remember, he is not a Nazi.
Phenomenal wrestler. I think.
Oh my God, if I had the opportunity for that man to chop me across the chest, I would, without hesitation. I would
die.
I would have a heart attack and be in a hospital for 2 weeks.
You might be dead.
But it'd be worth it.
You'd be dead though. But
it'd be worth it.
But I don't see. That's my big issue with them trying to call up Braun, because if they do it too early, then you're gonna have him go up against talent that he doesn't really need to be going up against, like Gunther. Gunther needs to be breaking the Intercontinental title reign. He needs to break Honky Tonk Man's record. Honky Tonk bitter old man has nothing left to fucking grab. You can have you can have him go for the U.S. title, but that involves him going up against Austin Theory. And the way Austin Theory has been pushed, he is like a top mid-card guy, basically.
Exactly.
And do you really want to bury Austin Theory to push Braun Breaker? I mean, it might not even be burying. It's like I just don't see it being that productive at the moment.
Agreed, and that's why I'm right there with you. I just don't know when.
Yeah, it's all about timing. It would be cool to see him in the Rumble, though. What would be cool is they brought him up for the Rumble as champion.
I've only got a couple more left. The one that I honestly would really like to see is LA Knight. I don't know what's going to happen after the Lights Out match. That could kill him completely, depending on how it goes.
Yeah, because I don't know what this Lights Out match.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I really hope it's a cinematic horror film match.
That'd be cool. I just think it's just like one big ploy to plug Mountain Dew, and it's just going to be like a lights out, no DQ match. Like it's the whole arena is basically black except the ring or some stupid shit like that.
Hopefully not. I'd really prefer it not to be, and so I'm hoping that like he's got the talk, he's got the look, he's got everything you want in a WWE main eventer.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's your WrestleMania promo battle. LA Knight versus Steve Austin. Just an hour of what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Now that would be funny. I would.
Oh, go on.
I'd really. He'd be a really good one to have at some point. Go for one of the mid card titles.
I could see him as US champ.
Yeah, by the end of the year, I could definitely see him as US champ. And then I've only got one more, and I know you've got him on your list too. But do you have any left besides him?
Besides him, I think he's. Before you and I were talking about Jungle Boy.
Yeah, and Ricky Starks, but we were kind of on the fence because they're both already kind of in that upper mid card fight. So let's just leave them there. Right. They may or may not. They're kind of in that mid zone, whereas the people we're talking about are trying to get to the point where the two of them already are. And the last one is when we go through editing this is when you start playing this is when you start playing Forget About Dre. Dun 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 dun. Because we're talking about the greatest prisoner of all time, Thug Life, all day, every day, 619 till I die, Dominic Mysterio.
Yes, I think Dominic.
Freshly eye drop tattooed Dom Mysterio.
He's been through shit, bro. Prison changed him.
3 days in the clink, man. It changes a man.
Yeah, it does. He's going to get a big push. He's going to win the tag titles. I think I'm at Raw. I think that's how they split the tag belts. I think they're finally going to get the tag belts off the Usos. I think Dom and Archer, Fabian, or is that his name?
Priest?
Damian Priest. My apologies. he did the thing with the arrow before.
He is not Lance Archer. They are very different colors, my friend. Just because they both have braids does not mean they're the same.
No, I wasn't saying he was Lance Archer. I thought his ring.
Are you talking about that? Are you talking about that arrow he shot into the sky to promote zombies?
I don't even remember.
That's how that match ended. Was him doing his stupid arrow bit into the ceiling, and then it showing. And then it's showing the label for the movie, and then it going to black.
But
why I remember that, I do not know.
But yeah, I have Dominic. Dominic and Damian Priest are going to win the tag titles one day, and if they don't, then I have no idea what they're going to do with these tag belts. I guess they're doing a SmackDown tournament again, the SmackDown belts. And if they don't split the belts, then what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing this for?
See, I see by the end of the year, Judgment Day having a bloodline situation. Tag belts, mid-card belt, women's belt.
Okay. So
Everyone holding gold.
that'd be cool. That would be really cool.
You got you got Balor as U.S. champ, or higher than that. You got Rhea as women's champ, and then you got the boys holding the tag team belts.
Yep, that works. That works really good.
Yeah, that would be a fun one.
All right, my friend. Do you have anything more you'd like to add on for tonight? Before I
Yeah, just one thing. I feel like before we close this out, it's only been a few days since it happened. We should talk about Jay just a little bit. Like I haven't seen very much of his stuff at all. Um, I've only seen 2/3 of the trilogy. That's literally all the Briscoe content I've seen. Um, Before that, I just knew them as the redneck Confederate flag behind them who said dumb shit, and like you said, like really dumb, ignorant shit. And so I never liked them because I didn't like what they portrayed and like who they were. But the reality of the matter, I, yes, and absolutely people can change. And the things that I'm hearing now about what Jay has done for himself and what he's changed and what he's desired to learn and how he wanted to grow and all these things as we look at things incredibly differently. Also, how they are in the ring and how respectful and safe they are, even if I expected them to be
stiff, a little rough.
they are they are
Well,
stiff,
they are stiff, but not like.
but rough, unsafe, unclean. Like
Not
they're like
professional.
exactly. And then I see them in the ring and I see just how safe they are and just how much they take their bumps and not their opponents and how like professional. And I'm like, oh my God, no, these guys are holy crap. I need to go back and I need to watch more of their stuff.
Yes. So for our viewers who unfortunately do not know, Tuesday, January 17th, Jay Briscoe tragically passed away into a car accident. His children are in critical condition. They are doing well. Um, but we just, our thoughts and prayers and condolences are with are the friends and families and everyone that's a fan of Jay Briscoe brothers. Um, I would say if you have the honor, if you are subscribed to the Honor Club, to go out of your way to watch some of Jay Briscoe's work. Um, him winning the ROH championship proved that he's not just a tag wrestler; he can be a singles wrestler. His the matches with FTR, all three of those matches are some of the best tag team matches you will ever see on this earth. And if you are, if not even from a fan perspective, if you are trying to become a professional wrestler, you need to watch these matches, to study them, because that's how good of matches they are. That's how technical. That's the psychology all surrounded these matches is just top notch stuff. It is wrestling at its finest, and you won't find anything better than that. And to have his last match be that double dog collar match with his brother, and with
His
them coming out,
penultimate, it was actually his penultimate. He did have one more after it.
they did have another match after that.
He did have one. I found that out today. I still have yet to find out who it was against, but it was his penultimate match, not his final match. But still, same rule applies. It is the
It was his
epitome of
last pay-per-view match.
yes, it was his last match where a lot of
Last
people were going to see it.
last Ring of Honor match. Went out as 13, ended up winning the titles off FTR, 13-time ROH Tag Team Champions, and our thoughts and prayers are again with the family and friends. We will, when this episode is uploaded on on YouTube, we will have a link to their GoFundMe page. If you would feel so kind as to donate to family to help them with their needs. When when this podcast is financially able to, in the coming weeks, we will be also making a donation on behalf of the Smokin Lariat podcast, and it's just unfortunate, just everything's just about this, and I don't mean to end the podcast on a down note, but it would be remiss if we didn't mention the untimely passing of someone this beloved in the pro wrestling community and respected as a professional wrestler. And on that note, we will be signing off with a 10 bell salute. I am Tenacious Nick. This is Smoking Shane, and I'd like to thank you for spending your time with us. Please like and subscribe.